Hey butterflies, it's Chanel Friday. I am your Vice President of Undergraduate Affairs. My pronouns are she and hers, and I'm here today to talk to you about authenticity in the workplace. And what does it really mean to be authentic in the work environment? Just a little bit of background about me and my professional development. I am a general manager at a student housing apartment complex. So I'm tasked with managing various groups of people, from our leasing staff to our maintenance staff to external vendors. So there's lots of different ways that I like to manage people, but being authentic is a really big important part of being a manager or even just a leader in general. There's 3 tips that I would like to focus on today. The first is building a genuine connection. Next is seeking critical feedback. And lastly, leading by example. So first off, for building genuine connections, I think it's important to maybe take that extra 5 minutes out of your day to talk to a staff member or a coworker and say, hey, how was your weekend? What Netflix show are you watching? To kind of build that rapport and show that you take care in their personal life and their interests. With my leasing staff, I'm like, hey, what's the latest TikTok? And kind of chat and talk about that. That building that rapport shows that you care, and often individuals do like to talk about their lives and talk about things that they have going on and things that they find important to them. So as a manager, as a leader, it's definitely the best route to go and make those connections happen. That can also improve the overall office culture. Really big on office culture because I want everyone to want to come to work every day and create a fun and productive environment. So building that rapport, building that connection is always going to lead you in the right direction for sure. Secondly, I wanted to talk about seeking out critical feedback. One thing that I do with my staff pretty regularly is I host one-on-ones. In these one-on-ones, we talk about strengths and areas for growth, but also I want to open up the floor to them to say, hey, how am I doing? Or how is the managerial staff doing as a whole? Are there processes that we could reevaluate to make things a little bit easier, a little more self-explanatory in order for you to complete your task? I think it's important to seek critical feedback because there may be something that makes sense to you, but maybe not to the other person. And so showing that you genuinely care and that you want to provide them with the right resources and the tips and tools in order to effectively do their job is going to go a long way because they see that you care about their well-being while at work, which again factors into that office culture that we talked about. And then also just providing a listening ear as a manager. It's really important to listen. You don't have to be the one talking all the time, just listening, and I think those one-on-ones and seeking out feedback really do help with that. Lastly, I wanted to talk about leading by example. One thing that I like to do is pretty much dive right in to anything that my staff's doing. With maintenance, I like to go on and do work orders with them to not only show that I'm not a maintenance person, but also to show that I care and I appreciate the work that they're doing. And that also gives me an extra time to see, and evaluate processes or find ways that to surprise and delight them by helping them with whatever they need to do, and so that shows another genuine effort on your part as a manager. They're like, wow, they don't just bark orders all day, that they really do care and appreciate me and the hard work that I do. Again, factoring into that overall office culture. But those are just a few tips and tricks that I have for being authentic in the workplace, and thanks for tuning in to Boss Butterflies. Bye.